Hi, Stefano.
Hello, hi Alessa.
So this week was about tools, different tools in order to assess critical raw materials. And one of the things that repeatedly came up was data. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, sure. It's very important to look into the data availability, the data that you have now, but also you need data also to look into scenarios, for instance, or future availability of materials or future demand for materials. So the supply and demand dynamics will need data. And not only you need data, but you need also protocols to collect the data and protocols to compare data sources. Think of price data or waste statistics, and how those are maybe different across countries. You also want to understand what are the stocks and flows of materials and critical raw materials in society.
Yeah, talking about stocks and flows and also waste stocks, there was a lot of interest in the urban mine. Would you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. While it's important to understand what's being mined, what's coming out of the ground, what we are mining. It's also important to understand what are the stocks of material already available in society, and that is the urban mine. What is it that we can collect back at some point into the future that's now embedded into products, but perhaps we can extract and avoid primary demand for materials, so that we have a system in process that allow us at various scales to take back these materials that are already embedded in products and already in our infrastructure, for instance.
Yeah, we'll also come a little bit more to this in the future course of the MOOC. One example that was discussed in the forum regarding environmental impacts, but also social impacts, was neodymium. Maybe you can also talk a bit about that.
Yeah, sure. Neodymium is a powerful magnet, and it's usually used for technologies that are also key for our energy transition. Think of wind turbines. Some models will use neodymium magnets. Therefore, you need to be attentive in measuring quantitatively the environmental impacts of the products that contain neodymium magnets. Also look all the way at the source when those materials are extracted. So go all the way to China, for instance, for the case of neodymium, and take care of the local environmental problems, and then look at the full value chain and understand what the environmental problems are along the way. Also think of the social dimension. What are the social hotspots? What are the stakeholders involved at all stages of the value chain of neodymium? And try and understand how to identify put a number or put your finger, understand quantitatively, if possible, what the potential social implications are of a specific value chain.
Very interesting. And I think we'll elaborate more on this in the solution part, which is coming up.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Me too. Thanks, Stefano.
Thank you.
Bye.